Okay, fine. So, hello everyone, very good evening and welcome to the ABAP Enhancement Made Easy course. And now let's go and start. In last couple of classes, we have seen about different enhancement technique, starting from the core modification. We have seen what is core modification. We have seen user exit. We have seen how to find the user exit, how to implement the user exit. We have also seen how to find the customer exit and how to implement the customer exit, right? I've given some assignment also to complete that one. And if you faced some issue at the end of this session, we will discuss if you are facing some issue, how to implement this one. Or if you're not facing issue, I will just simply show you how you can implement this one if system is going to work fine. Okay. So uh, now we will be moving ahead and looking into some more stuff related with the user exit and customer exit. So the thing which we are left with, the comparison between user exit and customer exit, what's their what's the difference between user exit and customer exit. So these points we will discuss, and then we will move towards the field enhancement, and uh, we have field enhancement and a menu exit, and also we are having the screen exit. Okay, so if you talk about the
Hello.
customer exit, yes, you are able to hear me?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, but I'm not able to see the screen. Only your picture is showing.
Sorry, I didn't get you. You are not
Yeah.
able to see.
So
You are not
yeah,
able to see.
your screen is not showing. Like many participants also have this issue.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm able to.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. So now we are going to see like so first we will see what else is going to come under this customer exit, and then we will just do the comparison between user exit and customer exit. Okay. So under the customer exit, we are going to have, okay. So uh, yes, Satnam, I will be keep on checking that one. Okay. Uh, it was not visible for me. That's why I just missed this one. Uh, okay. So for customer exit, we are going to have three parts over here, and the menu exit, and other one is the field exit, and then we are having the screen exit, right? And the most important one was the function module exit, very frequently used. So this is what we have already seen. Function module exit we have already seen. Okay. We have to discuss about the menu exit, field exit, and screen exit. Okay. So we'll discuss about this, but let me have the comparison between user exit and customer exit. Whenever we compare the user exit and customer exit, the main concern, the main comparison what we are going to do, this customer exit with respect to this function module exit. This function module exit represents the customer exit, in fact. Okay. So whenever we tell customer exit, we are going to talk about mostly about the function module exit. However, in theory, under the customer exit, you have the menu exit, you have the field exit, and you have the screen exit. All these three comes into picture. We will see how we can use this one and how we can implement this one. Okay. Now, if you want to compare the user exit over here and the customer exit over here. Okay, fine. So what's the difference? What's the difference between user exit and customer exit? So the very first difference, right? It is nothing but it is subroutine, right? It is subroutine. That means form and end form. So it is nothing but the subroutine given by SAP in dedicated include, right? And here in the customer exit, if you see, this is nothing but it is function module, right? It is function module. The second point for the user exit, it is like modification, right? It is like modification. You require, why we are telling modification? Because you require access key here to modify. You have the standard include given by SAP, right? That's why you require the access key in order to modify. Here for customer exit, for function module, this function module is going to have the custom include, right? And there you don't require any access key. This is what we have learned. So in user exit, you require the access key from the basis people. In customer exit, you don't require any access key. You don't require any access key. This is actual enhancement technique. This is actual enhancement technique because you don't require any access key. This is actual enhancement technique. So this is one point. And now the third point over here, you have this user exit. Because it is in form of subroutine, you have the global access of the global variable. Okay, so you have the access of the global variable, right? Because this is the subroutine. In subroutine, you can have the access of the global variable, and because you have the access of the global variable, right? It is not good. It is not good. Why it is not good? Because you have the access of the global variable of SAP standard program, right? Then if by mistake, if you are going to do something in the subroutine, if you are going to modify some value, if you are going to manipulate some value, it is not good. However, you have right, when you have to write the code, because you have the better access of the global variable, it's easy to write the code, right? So here it is easy to write and maintain the code, because you will be having the access of global variable, right? So when you have the access, you can anytime use, anywhere use, but this is the problem, like you will have to be careful, right? So one is advantage and another is disadvantage. Here in customer exit, because it's the function module, you don't have global access. You don't have global access of the report variable. SAP standard, application variable, you don't have the global access. You will be only having the parameter access, right? Import parameter, export parameter. In function module, we are having import parameter, export parameter, changing tables, exceptions. So these parameters only you can have the access. So you are not going to impact the global variable, and that's why it is safe, right? That's why it is safe. So Here, you know, this is safe. This is safe. This is safe. Now, the fourth point over here, from maintenance point of view, right? From this is not from maintenance point of view or code writing point of view. This is not that much straightforward as user exit is there, right? Because you don't have the access of global variable. You will have to put some effort in order to identify the exact customer exit, right? You will have to identify the exact exact customer exit so that you can write the code inside the function module, right? So from maintenance point of view or code writing point of view, you need to do some extra work with respect to user exit, right? So maintenance is quite, lengthy over here, uh, quite effort taking with respect to user exit. Okay, this user exit is only available in SD module. This is only present in SD module, and this customer exit is available in all module. It is there in all the modules. Okay, so these are some important comparison. Like if someone is asking what's the difference between user exit and customer exit, you can just go and tell about this, right? Let's go about let's go and see about the menu exit. If you want to discuss something about this user exit and customer exit, if you have some question over here, you can feel free to ask in the chat box, okay? Or you can unmute your mic and ask the question. Now, menu exit, field exit, and screen exit. Let's see about the menu exit.
Pankaj,
Yes,
before we move, let me ask you a question.
yes, yeah.
If I if enhancement is used in one project,
Mhm.
it cannot be used in another project. That's correct.
That's correct. Yes, you are right. Yeah.
So if you want to enhance one application for multiple purpose, it should be
Hmm.
used in one project.
Right, right. You will have to use the existing project only. Okay. You will have to use
So
the
what is the concept of the project?
project is required in order to activate. So suppose if your project is not activated, then that enhancement is
Mhm.
not going to be called, right? So uh, just this project is required in order to manage the enhancement. For example, over here, it's a kind of control. It's a kind of control. So this is a project, right? This is a project, and inside this project we are having this customer exit over here. So this is a wrapper. This wrapper is going to control this projects. So this is a part of framework actually, you know. So this is the project is a part of framework.
Okay.
So it's a kind of wrapper, you can understand, right? And just in order to avoid this problem, they came up with a solution called BADI, business identity.
Mhm.
So multiple, multiple class, multiple implementation can be created within a single body. You know,
Okay.
single body contains the multiple implementation. We don't have to bother. So this problem will be solved inside the body, right?
Can you give me the example of enhancement that can be done in one project? Two enhancement can be done in one project, so I can understand more clearly.
Okay, okay. So you mean to say that suppose already one enhancement is done in the
Yes,
existing
yes.
project, right? And
Right, right.
again you want to enhance, right? Then
Yes.
how to do? Okay, good. So we can
Yeah.
take the existing example itself. Let's go
All
and
right.
take this. Let me know if you can see my screen. I think you will not be able to see at this point of time. Just a second.
You can finish it this if you want, then we can do
No,
it.
no, I will show you quickly. It will not take more time. Just come over here. I will come here, and it's a good question. I will just show you how to do that one. So we were doing for VA12, right?
Yeah.
Uh, this was VA12 or VA11. VA11, I believe. Yeah, inquiry type, and for this inquiry type, the ship to party here. This is the enhancement which we have written over here inside this exit
Mm-hmm.
underscore SAP MB45A underscore 002. And here, because I have hard coded the breakpoint, it has stopped over here, and 96 is calculating from that enhancement and coming over here.
Yes.
Okay, now you got some another requirement. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
for same enhancement, and you found the same enhancement where you will have to write the code. Okay,
Okay.
so again what you will do, that you will go to CMOD transaction, and you found the same enhancement. What was the enhancement name? Let's say go and search. Okay, I know from here. So let's suppose here you are going to create the project ZABC,
Mm-hmm.
some another project. Okay, I'm going to click on this create button, test and enhancement assignment. Click on this yes button, local object, and here go to the information system, give the package VA. So from here also we can find the enhancement, and this is the determine alternative material. What was that? That was the show to party, something like that. Yeah, this one, predefined show to party in sales document V45A0002. This was
Mm-hmm.
the enhancement name. So now if you go and click on this component, it will tell that already
Already.
belongs to, yeah, already belongs to this project, right? So
Okay.
yeah, because already it belongs to this project, what we will not be able to use this enhancement in another project, right?
Okay.
So what I will do, again, I will just go back and I will use that project Jade. This is the this is the project through which it's already, it belongs
Exist.
to. Yeah.
Yes.
So I will go and I will go into the change mode. Okay. I will go into the change mode, enhancement assignment, go to the components, and here again you can come and write the code
Oh,
based
the
upon,
same place you can add
yeah,
another additional code.
right. Here you can write some condition. You can give some condition based upon your requirement, so that it will go into uh, your requirement and it will not disturb the others code, right? And you
Oh, okay,
can
okay, okay.
use it over here in the same include, right?
So in one package you can have multiple insert, right?
Right. Yes,
Multiple.
yes. Here there is no problem. In include you can have many codes. There is no problem. Here you can give your tag based upon your requirement, right? Another requirement,
Mhm.
some tag you can give, whatever requirement, and then you can write your if condition, else condition, whatever it can be, any number of, and other people, in another team also, if they are going to use the same requirement, they will have to use by existing project only, and they have to also put their code, here on down of
Very good.
this. Yeah, so like that they will have to keep on writing. Okay.
So there's no limit as long as the enhancement is available, right?
No limit, no limit. You can write uh, as many code as you want. Okay,
Thank you,
you can
Pangaji.
write. No problem. Thank you for asking the question. Good question, by the way. And now let's go and see that menu exit and
Hello.
Feel yes, Preeti. Yeah.
Yeah, Pankaj. So you showed like you added one enhancement in one project. So can add more enhancement in one project like that? It will work, na?
Right,
So
right, right.
yeah.
Here you can see that you can add any you just
So there will be any sequence to run those
no, no, no.
enhancement or okay.
No sequence. There is no sequence of running this enhancement. Okay. That if that enhancement is going to get called, it will be
Okay.
triggered. Okay.
Okay.
In the same sequence, it's a predefined sequence. There is no a specific sequence like BADI. In
Mm-hmm.
BADI you have, we will discuss in more detail over there, but because you already are from the ABAP background, so it will make some
Yes.
sense for you.
Yes. Yes.
So when BADI is having the multiple implementation,
Mm-hmm.
there, in some specific cases we can control the implementation call, but here it's always going to be the predefined sequence of call. Okay, here we don't have any command control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here you can use some another enhancement. For example, you can use maybe 3. huh? See here it's allowing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
So 4, another enhancement you can use over here. So for like this, you can put the cursor over here, go to the component, and here again you can start. So see, it's showing about all whatever I have used over here. It was 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the first one, this is the function module exit. For the second one, this is the function module exit, and here you can see that implementation is not called. So for all these 3 enhancement, right? For all these 3 enhancement, the components which belongs to those enhancement
Mm-hmm.
are 3 over here, right? And it is used. So you can use multiple enhancement. That's what I'm trying to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can use
Mm-hmm.
as many as
Yes.
possible. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
good. Any other question from anyone?
Hi, Pankaj. This is Vikram. I had a
Yeah,
quick
Vikram.
question.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
audible, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So my question is basically that you mentioned earlier that user exit is a bit more dangerous because the programmer has access to global variables. Can you please elaborate? Why it's dangerous and what impact that would have? What does it make it the user exit option more dangerous?
Yeah, so if you're going to compare with the customer exit, it's going to be more, vulnerable, more dangerous. Why? See, if you have uh, uh, for example, suppose if you are a king of a country, right? And if you're not able to manage well your people, so if you don't know how to manage well your people, you can use them in a wrong way because you have access of everything, right? So if you are from the programming background, you know that accessing the global variable, using the global variable, it is taught as a better practice, use as less as possible. But benefit of this one, benefit of using the global variable is also that, right, writing the code becomes very easy because you have the global access of the variable. So at one point of time you have the benefit also. At the second point of time, on the other hand, you have the, you have is cons also. If it has pros also, it has cons also. So you were getting my point, because I will have to again go into the code and there I will have to write the, because it will come with experience, you know if you have written some code, or but if you are not from the programming background, it will be little difficult to understand for you, right? Because it will be senseful with experience, right?
No problem. I think I got the concept. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
so that is the only. However, like people use user exit also very frequently, but this is the thing, like these are the theoretical points, okay? But this is the valid point, okay? Okay, so yeah, now the menu exit. What is this menu exit? So the menu exit, when we talk about the menu exit means, you know, you have, for example, let me show you some example over here. Okay, this is the SAP standard, this is SAP standard menu bar, and menu bar, this menu bar, suppose if you want to, you know, enhance over here, for example, here you want to add your own extra tab, like here if you want to add your own extra tab, because these are the a standard one. Suppose if you have to add your one more extra tab, you will have to do something, right? You will have to do something. So let's take one example. We have one T code MC94. Okay, so this is for planning type, change plan in flexible planning initial screen. I'm going to choose something over here, maybe ZS140, and press enter. Just let me, internal 047 in routing planning coding. Okay, some error it's giving. Let me use some another planning type, JZ plan, press enter. Again it's giving some error. Okay, I have one more system. I will just go and check if that is also giving some error or that's working fine. Just give me a second. So I'm going to share the another system. Let me know if you are able to see this one. First, let me log in over here, and so this is, so here I'm writing again the MC94. Okay, are you able to see my screen? Can you confirm here the different system I'm just sharing over here? And
Yes.
Yes, clear.
okay, fine. So here I'm going to select some of the planning type, ZS140 maybe, and press enter. Yeah, this is okay. Here it's working. So and now I'm just clicking on the active version. Here it is easy for me to show you. That's why I've chosen this transaction. So if you come over here, and here you can see that customer function, and here create PO. I have created just a few hours back over here, one just for testing whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so customer function 4567. So whenever you will be having the menu exit option, it's already predefined, then only you will be able to use, otherwise it is not possible. Okay, so the way how the menu exit you can implement is very simple. It's very simple and very straightforward. Okay, so we will have to first identify the package. Okay, we are going to first identify the package. So here, this is the transaction, this is the program, and you know how to identify the package. I went into the system and click on the status, then this screen got open. Now I'm going to double click on this, and now I will go to this one and click on this attributes, and this is the package. Just copy this package, all right, and slash o sc slash o smod is the transaction where we can go and search for the enhancement. All right, so I'm just going to the smod. So this is the same transaction where we can search for the function module exit, right, menu exit, field exit. This is the same transaction where we can, for the customer exit also we are searching over here. All right, so here itself for the menu exit also I'm going to search. Go to the information system, and here inside the package, paste the package, copy, click on this OK button, and here you will have to look once all this description, and you will have to decide which one is going to make sense for your menu exit. So few things you will have to understand over here. Okay, let me tell you what are those things you will have to understand. So come to the PPT once again, and now here in this PPT I will describe something. Okay, you should know about the function code concept. What is this function code? Okay, so one who is from here ABAP background, you would be having some knowledge about the module pool programming. So module pool programming is also known as the screen programming or dialog programming, right? So what happens that, for example, over here, go to /n SC11, right? In this SAP screen, I'm coming over here, and suppose I'm giving some database table KNA1 and clicking on the display button, right? I'm clicking on the display button. So what happens actually when you click on the display button, system does not understand, directly where I have clicked. Where I have clicked, system or program does not understand directly. With all these button, there is a function code attached. Okay. With all this button, there is a function code attached. So when we click on this, that function code gets captured by the screen processor and sends through the program, right? And that program manipulates that, okay, this function code is coming, that means display button has been clicked. Okay, so why I'm telling all these things, just to understand the function code words. So what's the meaning of function code? So all these buttons, whenever you see any button, this back button, this exit button, this cancel button, right? Here also, when you are going to click on the settings or activation log, whenever you click on anything, everything is going to be attached with a function code. Okay, everything is going to be, attached with a function code. Where you can see the function code, you can see, go to the system, click on this status, and here you will see the GUI status. Search for the GUI status. This is the DIN Pro. Here you can see the GUI status. Under the GUI status, you will have to double click over here and see here. This is the function keys. For this back, W_back is the function code. Double click here and you will see that function code is what? WB_back, right? So this icon is not understood by program, the description is not understood by program, but the function code is going to be understood by the program. Program understands the function code. Okay, so that means when you are going to give some extra menu, if you're going to write some extra menu, that should be linked with some function code, right? That should be linked with some function code. Now come over here and try to analyze this description. Here the first description is telling user exit to read external data for planning table. Second description is telling create function code for flexible planning. See, create function code. So this exit is related with our use. Okay, this exit. So how I came to know? Because the function code is written, and you can also read the documentation. You'll have to read everything over here, or you can just Google it out. You can find some documentation from there.
We're not saying the your screen, that screen.
Just a second. But I'm sharing my screen. Okay, is it visible now? This one, this screen. Once again, let me click on this F4 and go to the information system, and package is MCP2. Is it visible now? Okay, fine. Thanks, Satnam. Yeah, so here you can see that this description will have to read. And what was my requirement? My requirement was to enhance the menu, right, for that particular T code, right? MC94. That was the T code. For that, we have to enhance the menu option. So here I'm able to see one related term function code. I'm just going to choose this one because it's related with me, and also through documentation and all we can identify where we can go. In all the cases, the menu exit or function module exit or field exit, it is not possible to have. If it is there, then only we can use. Okay, so we will have to search if it is present or not. If it is present, we can use. If it is not present, we'll have to take some another option, for example BADI, or we can go for implicit enhancement, or we can go for explicit enhancement, or if we are using the finance and controlling module, we can go for the BTE option, business transaction events. So we'll have to explore the multiple option for our requirement. Right here I'm going to choose this one, MCP2 0003, and directly we'll go to the components. Right, click on this display, and here we have this component. You can see that this is the function code attached, function code attached, function code attached. Right, so this looks like for my requirement, it can be, we can use this one. So now let's go and implement. So what I will do that /o, where we can implement. C mod is the transaction where we can implement. S mod is for searching and C mod is for creating. We know already, right? Let's go and create a project. Let's go and create a project. So I'm going to create a project, Z new menu, something like that I'm creating. So if already that enhancement has been used in some another project, it will not allow me, right? How I will come to know?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, that CMOS screen.
Screen stuck there.
Okay.
It's in
Just a
stuck.
this you are not able to see this project I have written over here. Just a
Yes,
second.
yes.
I don't know what is happening. Okay. Okay, here is it fine now? This project Z new menu I have written over
Yeah,
here. Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay. So here Z new menu, the new project I'm going to create. Click on this create button, right? And I will give some, demo to something like that, and click on this save button, local object, and here enhancement assignments. I will go and give that enhancement which I have copied. Okay, I missed to copy, no problem. I will go here, and from here also we can search the enhancement. So give this package MCP2 it was, click on this OK, and then this one create function code, the second it was. And now, if you press enter, and here you can see that SAP enhancement already belongs to project J Ravi. Some another person Ravi is there who is already, who has already created this project, and in that he has used the enhancement. So we will not be able to, use the same enhancement in another project. Okay, so I'm going to use the J Ravi underscore en itself in order to implement my requirement. The existing project we can use, there is no problem, we can use the existing project. Okay, and we use also, generally we use also because it's already implemented. Why to disturb? We are going to use J Ravi underscore en, it's already there. Click on this uh, change, go here, and this is the enhancement which was there for the menu exit. Now click on this component, click on this yes button, and here it's coming, right? It's already implemented and active also. What I want to do, I want to, I want to use the menu exit for this function code. Okay, so I'm going to create my custom menu with this function code. Here we cannot do anything, we cannot change anything. So here how many menu menu item we can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 we can create. We cannot create more than this. This is the limitation over here. It's given 9. So last one I'm going to use. Maybe some I have seen over there that already, I will show you once again MC94. So let me check if this screen is getting shared or not. Yes, it is shared. So MC94, go to /n MC94 over here, and planning type, go to active version, and here in this extra customer functions, here you can see the 9, it is there, right? So first 3 they have used, some people have used, right? Because from 4 onwards we can use. So going back, let me go here to this enhancement, and I'm going to choose this CU9, last one I'm going to use. So double click over here, and here you can give based upon, for example, call uh purchase order screen, or maybe some another screen you want to, whenever you want to click on that particular button, it should call data dictionary screen or purchase order, whatever your requirement. Just write it over here, choose some icon if you want. So I'm just going to choose some icon and click on this copy button, click on this OK, and now it's fine. So new text saved and all, right? So once you are done, click on this activate button. Okay, just I'm going to click on this activate button, and enhancement Ravi en was activated. Now I have to write the code also. So writing the code can be done in this function module exit. So here you can see that this is the function module exit, this is the menu exit here. Under the same enhancement, under the same basket, this enhancement is nothing but basket. Under one basket you have the multiple items where you can go. So here you have 2 items, 2 exit, function exit and menu exit. Function exit is nothing but the one which understand the customer exit, right? The function module exit, that one. So I'll just double click over here, and related with this function code we can write the code here. So if you want to implement your function code, so how you can identify, so see some people have already written the code. I'm just going to copy this one. So if I was using the last function code, so if the selected button is CU9, the last function code was CU9, then I'm going to call transaction what SC11. I'm simply calling the SC11. Whatever transaction you want to call, or whatever business logic you want to perform, you can write the big business logic. It's a very simple one. Just I'm calling some transaction over here in order to show that it's working. Activate this one and activate this one. Now it got activated. I'll put the breakpoint also over here. Just go back, and once again I will activate the implementation so that it will be, make sure that it got activated. Now let's go and see if it's working fine or not. So going to the MC94 transaction once again, just go back over here. I'll have to refresh this one, right? And MC94, press enter, click on this active version, go to extra customer function, and here you can see that call data dictionary is coming, right? Now I'm going to click on this, and here ABAP debugger is starting. That means that particular place is getting called, right? That means the implementation, the finding the exit and all at this point of time is fine, right? So here that is belonging to the CU9, right? Here you can see that cu9 I underscore f code value. What I did, I just double click on this particular variable. This is a import parameter of this function module. Okay, so I just double click on this and I found this is the function code was captured by the system because I have clicked on the last button, right? And nothing got triggered, right? My code is going to get triggered SC11. So right place, press now F8, sorry, F8 will have to press and press F8 and it's going to call the data
The
dictionary. You
screen
can
is
see
still
that.
stuck.
Screen stuck.
Just a second, let me share the complete screen.
No, it was loading. That's why.
Okay.
No, no, it is stuck. Actually, that data dictionary it is called already.
Yes. Yeah, whenever some new screen is getting opened, it's not, it's not getting visible. Yeah, I'm sharing my complete screen now, and now I believe there should not be any such problem. Okay. So once again, I'm going to show you over here slash n MC94, and the planning type is this one. Go to the active version, and here go to the extra customer function call data dictionary. Click on this call data dictionary and you can see that ABAP debugger is starting, and here now it's going to be called. So breakpoint, here it is written, so it got stopped. Here it is coming, and here you can see that I underscore f code value cu9 is there because for my what was the function code, cu9 was the function code, right? And it's going to call this sc11. So press F8 and you can see that it has called the sc11. So I believe you understood the concept of menu exit. No very frequently used one, but I'm supposed to cover because it was there in the syllabus. The important one is the function module exit, the one which we have discussed. That is very important. And then sometimes the screen exit will become important. Okay, a screen exit. So here we were discussing about the menu exit, field exit, and screen exit. This menu exit and field exit is not very important. A screen exit may become important. Okay, a screen exit may become important. So please mute from your side. Just a second, let me mute everyone over here. Okay, so I have muted, if you have any question, you'll have to put here in the chat box. Okay, because I have muted everyone over here. Now the menu exit, field exit, and screen exit. Field exit, let me show you the field enhancement. What is the field enhancement? Come over here. For the field enhancement, what we'll have to do that. For example, what is field enhancement? Let's try to understand. We have, let's suppose, a table called VBAK. Okay, and in this VBAK table, you want, this is the data element. You want just double click on this AUDAT, and for this AUDAT, you have the field label, something like document date, document date, document date. You want to change this description. This is the standard data element, and you want to change your own description, right? For the standard data element. So for that purpose, what we'll have to do that, go to CMOD transaction. Okay, and once you will go to the CMOD transaction, you'll have to go to text enhancement option, go to keywords and go into change. Okay, and here you'll have to give the data element. So let's order type AUART or AUDAT, whatever data element you want to change the description, or based on your requirement. So here you can see that here it's giving you the option to change it. So sales document type, sales document type, sales type, sales document type. I'm just going that custom enhancement. Okay, I'm giving this one sales document type custom enhancement, right? So simply I'm just writing over here custom enhancement. I don't want to disturb this one. Click on the save button, and maximum length of this keyword is 15. Okay, so maximum is 15, it is defined, we cannot make more than that. So click on the save now, and now it got saved. Okay, so this is how you can do. Now if you go to AUART, okay, if you go to AUART, so /SC11 and give AUART, press F7 and go to the field label, and here you can see that sales document custom enhancement C is coming over here, right? The one what we have written over there. So whatever you want to do the field description at the field description level, if you want to change, you can do this one. This is also not very frequently used. Generally, like we don't do such kind of changes, right? And we are also not supposed to do. If it is something like going to be very critical, then only go and do this one. Okay, this one is very important, the screen exit. So here, okay, Ahmad is having the question. Let me unmute himself. So if you have some question, you can raise your hand as well. You have that option also, and I will go and unmute you. Yes, Ahmad, I have unmuted you.
Thank you, Pankaj. My
Mhm.
question is that this is basically field enhancement is you changing the label of the field, not the actual field. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm just changing the existing field description over here, right? You are right.
Description, not exact the field, right?
Yeah.
So is this
Hmm.
this kind of enhancement functional consultant can do itself, or it need a better help?
You can do yourself if you have the development access, because it's asking for TR and all, right? So if you have,
Yes,
yeah, if you have the development access, you can go and do. There is no issue. You can do yourself.
because
Okay.
there is no programming is required, right?
Yeah, no programming at all. Very simple. Very simple. You can do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Welcome. Screen exit is important. Here you require the programming skill. What kind of programming skill? Let me show you. You should have at least the basic understanding of module pool programming in the screen exit. Okay, a screen exit, the prerequisite over here, prerequisite here, because this is the screen exit, right? You are going to modify the not modify, you are going to enhance the existing screen. So how to enhance the existing screen? For this purpose, you should have the understanding of screen programming, module pool programming, dialog programming. All these are the different terminologies. Thing is same, object is same, whether you tell the dialog programming or a screen programming or module pool programming. So you should have the basic understanding of module pool programming. This on understanding the basics of module pool programming, it will take around 3 to 4 hours, the basics only, not you have to go deeper inside. What I will do that, I will share you my recorded video from previous class. You just go through this weekend, means next week, some 2 or 3 hours of content just you will have to go just understand about the basics of module pool programming, and then next week or maybe at the end of this all another techniques what we are having, the BADI, BTE, implicit enhancement, explicit enhancement, enhancement switch framework. So at the end of our this course, I will take this screen exit because this is the important one. But in order to understand this one, you should have the basic understanding of this one. So I will share you the link of my module pool programming course. Just go through some initial 2 or 3 videos. You will be having the basic understanding, and then I will come and explain. I will take up this screen exit. Then it will make more sense. Is it fine, this approach, right? You can just write here in the chat box if it is fine, if you want to go with this way. I believe this is the best way. Yeah. Okay, fine. Thanks, Vikram. So now let's go and see about the BADI. Very important concept. BADI, very, very important. This is now the heart of the enhancement. BADI, very, very important. The full form is what? Who will tell what is the full form? For BADI, what is the full form? You can write here in the chat box if you know the full form of BADI, what it stands for. BADI. BADI stands for what? Business add-ins. BASI stands for business add-ins, right? In Excel, we are having so many add-ins, right? In Google Chrome, we are having so many add-ins. Why? Just to have the extra functionality, right? Similarly, this BADI, if you are going to have, you can have the multiple functionality. Once you can implement the BADI, you can have the multiple functionality in your system. BADI is object oriented concept. Okay, BADI is object oriented concept. We will discuss, we'll take one small break and then we'll come and I will discuss more about the BADI. We'll understand the basics of object oriented, because again, for BADI you should understand, you should have the basic understanding of object oriented. Okay, and then I will come and discuss in more detail. So we'll be having 10 minutes break. First 5 minutes, what you will have to do, just discuss with your colleague about your understanding for user exit and customer exit. Okay, we here talked about what's the difference between user exit and customer exit, right? We were having the menu exit, field exit. So what you learned in the first 1 hour, discuss with your colleague. I'm going to create the room, and so in first 5 minutes, just complete that one, and then another 5 minutes, take a rest, take some water or whatever you want to do. And again, we will meet by 8:42. Now it's 8:32, 8:42. We can meet. So, but be participative over there in that breakout area. It will, improve your learning. I'm just going to send you there in the breakout room. Go there, discuss, take the break, and come by 8:42. So hope now you are back, all right? And if you are able to hear me, all right, can you let me know? Okay, fine. So here, I believe you have discussed, did you face any kind of problem over there in the breakout room? Were you able to discuss with each other properly?
This is Vikram. I did not have anybody in the breakout room. Pankaj, just a heads up.
Okay, okay. Here we are having 12 people. So I have just created the 4 breakout room and automatically it was assigned. So at least I believe three people should be there in a room. I don't know what was the problem. But anyone else was also facing the same issue what Vikram was facing? Other people we are able to discuss in the room with your peers. Can you just let me know? Okay, Madhu, you are also facing the same issue. Okay, fine. Okay. I don't know exactly what was the issue, but there should not be any such issue. People should join the breakout room. 3 should be there. Okay. By the way, whoever was able to discuss in the room, if you have any question over here, feel free to discuss. If you have any question for me over here, you can ask. Unmute yourself and you can ask. I have unmuted you all at this point of time. Okay, I believe there is no question. I'm going to mute once again and let's start with the BADI, business add-ins. So the full form of BADI is business add-ins. Okay, this is an object-oriented concept. Whatever till now we have been discussing, user exit, customer exit, core modification, all these were, you know, non-object oriented concept. All these were the procedural programming concept. This BADI concept is the object oriented concept. Whenever object oriented concept comes into the picture, class and methods interface, right? Class, methods and interface. These are the basic requirement of any object oriented programming and language. Okay. So I will show you some of the stuff related with the object oriented. Okay. And then we will come to the BADI. So go to this system, go to /n SE24. This is the T code where you can go and create any class. Okay. So what is class? Basic ops concept. Basic ops concept. So whoever ABAPer is here, they already must be knowing all this concept and all. Just bear with me for some, half an hour like that. For the functional, it will make more sense. Otherwise, it will little difficult for them. So I will quickly prepare the basics. I will make the fundamentals and then we will come again and we'll discuss the concept of BADI, how to find the BADI, how to implement the BADI, and how to call in some certain sequence if it is required. So all the concept related with BADI we will discuss. Here, the basic OOPS concept, you should know about the class. What is class? Class is nothing but it's a group of, it is a group of attributes and methods. Okay, class is nothing but it is a group of attributes and method. Some people tell it's a user defined data type which contains the attributes, methods, events, but basically in a layman term it's a group of attributes and method. This is the class. Another point over here, what is object? So when you instantiate any class, when you instantiate any class, that is known as object. So instantiation, of any class is known as object. So class is just a template, just a design. Okay, class is just a design, just a template. It's not going to contain the memory. It's not going to take the memory in the system. It's not going to contain the memory. Class will not contain the memory, but object will actual working artifact. It's the actual things. Object is the actual things. It's going to occupy the memory. Okay, object occupies the memory. Object attributes will be having the value. Object method you can call. So this object is actual working artifact. So this is the object. Now what is interface? So interface is also like a class only, but its method is the empty method. All right, in class the method can be implemented method, but in interface method is going to be always empty. Means in method there will be no code. Okay, in the method there will be no code written inside. So interface, it is similar to class where method doesn't contain any code. Okay, then what is the use if there is no code inside the method of an interface? Then what is the use? Very useful. Interface is very useful, and this interface is actual means of BADI. This BADI concept is based upon the interface concept only, right? This interface provides the capacity of polymorphism, right? And that's where BADI comes into picture. So BADI is nothing but interface. BADI is nothing but interface, implementation of interface using the different classes. Okay, so whenever SAP has given the BADI, one interface will be associated with that BADI, and that interface we are going to implement in our custom class, right? And the framework is going to call the custom class one by one, and that's how we are going to achieve the polymorphism. So you might be feeling a little tricky. What is this polymorphism and all? These all are the object oriented concept. Okay, so what is polymorphism? So one method polymorphism, one method can be used for different purposes. So name is going to be same, but the implementation of the method can be called differently during the different runtime, right? So the polymorphism, name of the method is going to be same, but the same method can be defined in the different class using the inheritance, okay, in the different way, right? So the polymorphism, one method can be used for different purposes in different classes, and this can be called based on our requirement, right? So one method, the name of the method is same, based on our requirement we are going to call it in a different way, and that's where the polymorphism, the object oriented, becomes so powerful, right? So this BADI is also the BADI concept is also based upon the concept of polymorphism. And how this polymorphism we are going to achieve? With the help of a interface, right? Interface is useful in order to achieve the polymorphism. If you want to understand in more detail about this interface and polymorphism, on YouTube I have posted from my object oriented course some first 2 or 3 videos. If you're going through that, you will be having some basics understanding will be clear. Or if you want to learn the basics, at least I will be sharing with you the basic concept of object oriented, some initial 5 or 6 videos. Just go through that, it will make more sense. So if you want to learn, initial 5 or 6 videos is going to help you a lot in order to understand the object oriented basics. right? Now so this is the basics. This is the basics of object oriented. Okay, this is so I will be sharing that when I will be taking the important video which is very important for basics, and I will be giving you the access in the WhatsApp group. Okay, you can just go and watch it out. Okay, simply I will quickly show you how to create one class and how to create one interface, and then we will come to the BADI. So let's go here. You know, AC24 is the transaction to create the class. So go to AC24 and I want to create the ZCL underscore ZCL. Let's suppose I want to create some class ZCL animal. The name of the class is animal. So click on this create button and click on this class, then animal demo class. So object oriented, object oriented, everything we are going to relate with the real world. Whatever object we are having, everything we are going to relate with the real world. That's why you have seen the example in object oriented: animal, dog, cow, such kind of car, right? Vehicle, such kind of example we just use for the purpose of demo. So everything considered as an object, real-time object. Okay, click on the save button, click on this local object, and here we have the attribute section. So one animal can have what attributes? It can have the color, right? It can have the height, something like that. It can have the attribute. Here you have the label. This label here, instance attribute, static attribute, and constant attribute, right? I'm going to choose the instance attribute. Okay. Height, again choose the instance, and here visibility. So we are having the three types of visibility: public, protected, and private. Public means this particular attribute can be used by any of the class. Protected means it's going to be used only in the inherited class. Okay, and private means this attribute will be used inside this class only, will not be able to use outside of this class if you mark it, you know, private. So I'm going to use either public or protected. Public I'm going to use. Okay, and associated type, the color, let's suppose color we are going to give red, green, or something like that. So 10 characters is going to be sufficient in order to store the color value. Height up to 100 centimeters, so something like char 3 or char 4 is sufficient. And so two attributes just I have given, and here this method. So animal can, you know, run. So run method I'm just giving. What's the label here? Instance and static. Choose the instance. Visibility method also, you know, I'm going to give the public. If method is public, you can use from another class. You can call this method from another class. If it is not public, you will not be able to call from another class. Okay, if it is protected, you can call this method from the subclass. If it is private, you can use this method inside this class only, not outside of this class. So private means private, protected means between public and private. Means only inherited class can use this particular class. Okay, and public means it's public property, anyone can use. Okay, so public. So now I'm just going to use the public and press enter, click on the save button, check the syntax, and here inside this method you can just double click and you can write the code over here. Okay, so here write animal is running. That's it. Save it, activate it, and your class is ready. Okay, very easy to create the class. This is known as global class. The class which I have just created, this is known as global class. In BADI, we are going to use the global class only. Okay, you cannot use the local class in BADI concept. We are going to use the global class only through AC24. Whatever class you are going to create through AC24, that is going to be global class. So this method I have just created a run. This method is a run over here. And inside this run, I have defined this one, right? So I've just double clicked over here. It's taking some time to navigate over there. Let's wait for a while. Yeah, so here we have written this code. Just go back. And now I want to use some another method. Let's suppose the method is it. Okay. So this it method, I'm going to make it empty. Okay, the label I will put instance and the visibility I will put the public, but I'm not going to define this method. So not defining means making a method, you know, abstract method, not defining. If you're not going to write any piece of code inside this, you know, if you're not going to write any piece of code, if nothing is there inside this method, okay, nothing is there, that means it's an empty method. It's a empty method. So now here I want to, you know, tell you some more important points. Okay, this is the class animal. This is the class animal. In this class animal, we are having the method run, we are having the method eat, right? Now check the syntax and try to activate. Implementation missing for this eat and dot it. It's telling the implementation missing. So what actually we'll have to do, we'll have to go here, you know, and we have to choose the abstract because we are not implementing. It's abstract one. Okay. So no implementation, right? Because the animal eats, but we don't know which kind of animal it is. If it is the lion, it's going to, you know, it's going to be non-vegetarian. The way of eating is going to be different, right? If it's cow, it's going to eat the grass. The way of eating is going to be different. So the method is same, but their behavior is going to be different based upon the animal, right? So simply I'm, you know, not implementing this one. Run also, it's, see, this animal class itself is abstract. What's the meaning of animal? Animal is an abstract word, right? If it is a cow, cow is a concrete word, lion is a concrete word. So this class is itself an abstract class. However, I have implemented this run. If you can see that I have implemented, I have written the code inside this, right? That means I have written the I have done the implementation of this class. I could have left the implementation because I am not sure what kind of, you know, animal it is, but simply I have written the code. Similarly for it, I would have written some code, but just I wanted to not write any kind of code because I don't know what kind of, you know, uh, what kind of actual animal is there. And when I will come to know what kind of actual animal is there, I will write the code over there. So basically this is an abstract class because I'm marking this eat method as an abstract method. See, I have choose this abstract. Automatically this class is going to be your abstract class. Automatically this class is going to be abstract class. So if a class contains any one of the method as an abstract method, then that class is known as the abstract class. Okay, just for your understanding, abstract class also plays very important role for polymorphism. Okay, abstract class also plays very important role for polymorphism. So two things, one is interface and another is abstract class. Both plays very important role for polymorphism. In BADI, interface is going to be key. Okay, we are going to use the interface. We are going to use the interface. Okay, now you understood I have created one class, how it's working, right? I'm going to activate this one. It got activated also. This class is now created. If you want, you can run this class. This is the method. this method is abstract and cannot be instantiated. You can see that abstract class you can't instantiate the abstract class. So that's why nothing is coming over here. No problem. Just come over here, and I'm going to create a concrete object. For example, ZCL cow. ZCL cow. So click on this and come to here, and this description, just give the cow. Click on this save local object, and here for this cow I'm going to give the it method over here. The label we are going to give the instance method, and the visibility we are going to give the public. Okay, double click on this method and right here cow is eating grass. Cow is eating grass. So this implementation I have done over here. Click on the save button, save, and then activate this one. Okay, now just go back, and similarly I'm going to create one more class called dog. So click on this class, and here we have the dog class, and click on the save button, click on this local object, and here eat method, double click on this eat, and come over here. Here also what I'm going to do, I'm going to give over here, uh dog, right? Dog is eating non-veg, something like that. So save it and activate this one. So you can see that two class I have created over here. One was dog and one was cow. So just come over here and try to understand. Here actually I'm trying to explain the polymorphism. So once you understand a little bit about polymorphism, you will start understanding the BADI concept technically. Okay, so from functional point of view, whatever I'm discussing, maybe it will not make more sense for you, but for a ABAPer it's going to make a lot of sense. Okay, this concept is important for an ABAPer. So here you have the dog class, and here you have the cow class, right? And both is having the method called it. This cow is also having the method called it. Now whenever you will have to call the it method, right? Whenever you will have to call the it method, what you will have to do, you'll have to create the object of this class, and then we'll have to call the it method, right? So come here, and it's now active. Go to /o AC38, and I will write one program over here. Okay, z BADI test. Click on this create button, test executable program. Click on the save button, local object, and here we have what? ZCL cow, and we have ZCL dog. Two class I have just created, right? So create the object. How to create the object? Create the reference first. geo underscore cow. I'm using the old syntax. This is the old syntax how to create the object. We can create using the new syntax also. Let's use the old syntax only. Type ref to ZCL cow, and then once again geo underscore dog, type ref to ZCL dog. So first I have created the reference of cow, and then I will create the object of cow. So how to create the object, right? Create the create object. Create object. Which object? Geo underscore cow. So this is the reference name and this is the actual object name. Okay. Again, create the object. Create object geo underscore dog. So now you want to call the method of cow geo underscore cow method. What was the cow method? It I have defined. See, it is coming over here. And what was the dog method? Dog method is also dog class is also having the it method, right? Control space if you will give, it will give you the method. Why it's not coming? Let me check if the class is correct. Yes, it is there. It's already activated also. Okay, it seems it is not properly activated. That's why it was not coming. And you can see the visibility is actually private. That's why it is not showing over here, right? Visibility is private. It must be public. Then only you will be able to call in program. So you just go here to the AC38 where we are writing the code. Just a second. Let me close the extra session. So many sessions are open. Yeah, so I'm just going to make it, public, so that I will be able to, use it there in the program. So I was pressing over there control space, but nothing it was coming. And now if I will press, it will be showing. Now it will show. So go to /n SC38 where I was writing the program. Go into the change mode. And here now if I will place control space, you can see that it is coming. That means because it's a public, that's why it's coming. Earlier it was not coming because I have defined as a private. Run this one and you can see that cow is eating grass and dog is eating a non-veg. Both both method is getting called and it's printing over here, right? Now here, how with the help of interface you can achieve the polymorphism and you can optimize the code, right? So just you assume over here, suppose if you have 1000 different animals. Here you have the two animals, one is cow, one is dog. Suppose if you are having sheep, right, you will be having some another like so many different lion, some tiger, right? So suppose you have the thousands animals, then you will have to create 1000 times this data, create object 1000 times. You'll have to call this it, right? That the code will become so lengthy. Code will become so lengthy, and that's where your interface will come into the picture and your headache will solve, right? Let's go and create the interface and use with the same code. We will see with the help of interface, how we can write in the optimal way. Here only, cow and dog is here, so you will not feel much difference. But when you will start writing for the multiple uh, animals, then you will realize the difference, how powerful the interface is. So interface concept is very, very powerful concept. That is that that provides the dynamic functionality in object oriented, whether it is a Java or .NET or any kind of object oriented. The interface is going to provide the dynamic functionality. Means polymorphism, one thing different form. Polymorphism means poly means different and morphism means form. One thing we are going to represent in different forms, right? So our coding is going to be simple. Go to AC24 class builder. So from class builder, we can create the class also, and we can create the interface also. Both the object we can create from class builder itself, right? So if you want to create the interface, you will have to start from ZIF. IF stands for interface. Okay, if you want to create the class, you will have to start with ZCL. That is the naming convention. That is how you'll have to start the naming convention. So because I want to create the interface, I'm going to create the interface ZIF. The interface I'm going to create ZIF animal behavior, something like that. I'm creating the interface. Okay, and in this interface, I'm going to encapsulate all the methods. I'm going to put together all the methods. So only it method was there. Let's keep it simple. It method. So you can see the it and instance method. There is no public, protected, and private for the interface. Okay, this is the interface. So how system understood that I'm creating the interface? Because I have started the naming convention with ZIF. So this ABAP system is very intelligent, very smart system. If you start with ZCL, it will start creating the class. If you give the ZIF, it will start creating the interface, right? So here we don't have any public, protected, and all those things, right? It method, click on this save and just click on this activate button. So it got activated now, and now we are having the it method over here. You cannot write the code inside this interface because interface does not contain the code of any method. It does not contain the implementation of a method. If you double click, see, nothing is happening, right? But this interface is very powerful. How? This interface we are going to use inside those two class. Which two class? The class which I have just created, cow and dog. There we are going to use. Going to the change mode. See, this is ZCL cow. System understood. Okay, it's starting with class. It has opened this class which I have already created. Go to interface section. Give the interface name which you have just created over here. Now it will inherit the method which I have given in this interface. So in this interface, I have given the method it, right? So automatically that method it, here you can see that this is the interface and the method of this interface is here. And in between, what is this? Tilde sign is there. This is how the it method of this interface is appearing over here, right? So this is a method it. Now this it, which is already I have given for this cow, don't I don't want to use in this way. I am going to remove this it method. I want to use the interface it method. So I'm going to delete this, right? I'm going to delete this. So just delete this method because already I'm having this it method, and this it method I'm going to implement in this class. In this class we can implement. In interface we cannot implement, but the in class we can implement this method. Okay, so this way I have just implemented this one. So method it is not declared or inherited in class ZCL cow, it is telling, right? Okay, so why it's telling the region behind, some of the object is missing. So I will just go here, right click over here. So such kind of problem, if it is coming, just click over here, right click over here and activate everything in together, so that it will just delete also everything it will consider, and click on this activate. It's telling currently editing. I will go into the display mode, activate once again, click on this OK button, and this time it will be activated, and you can see that it is now activated, right? Good. So this is the it method which now we are having over here. Now similarly for dog, we are going to this it method here. Let me close the another session. Going to change mode here, go to the interface and give that interface name. So what was the interface name? This one. So the same interface here, you can see that I don't have to. So just assume, suppose if you have the 500 methods or 50 methods or 100 methods, in one place, in one interface, we can use those methods, right? And in the class, we can directly inherit inside the interface using the interface, we can use the methods, right? So that's the reusability of the interface, right? And this reusability provides the polymorphism also. I will show you in a moment. Okay, so how much less work it's going to enable, it's going to provide the flexibility to do the less coding, right? So at one place I'm going to define all the methods, right? In this interface, just double click on this interface, it will take you to the interface. Okay, here the interface, and here suppose 1000 methods I have defined. So simply I will go and use this interface in the respective classes wherever we have to define the method, and automatically all those methods will be coming over here, populating over here. Just will have to go and redefine, that's it. So that's the benefit. This existing it method I'm going to delete here. I will just copy so that I will write the code inside that. So delete from here, come here and click on this 8, click on this 8 and paste it over here. That's it. Activate this one, activate this one. So again, I will have to go over there and right click over here and activate from here. Go into the display mode and then activate over here. Click on this enter and now it got activated. All right. Come over here in the program and see the beauty of polymorphism now. So this is what I was having the existing code. Okay. Now what you will have to do that I'll have to create the reference variable for that interface. So I'm going to create the reference variable, reference poly type ref to jet if. What was that interface? We'll have to create the reference of that interface. So this is the interface which I have created, right? So paste it over here. So one reference variable I have created for the animal. So let me write reference underscore animal. Okay. Now this two code I will simply copy and paste it over here. I'm going to copy and paste it over here. This also just enable and come over here. Now, when you are creating the object, right? Geo underscore cow and geo underscore dog, I don't want to, call this eat method using this cow. I don't want to call this eat method using the dog, because suppose if you have the thousands different animals for each, it is not possible for me to go and call one by one, right? Because already I'm having the interface concept. Why not to use the interface and make our code easy? Otherwise you will have to call 1000 lines of code in case of 1000 different animals. So how to do? So suppose if you want to uh, call the eat method of cow or dog, simply what you will have to do that, assign the object to the reference of interface. That's it. Come over here, ref underscore animal. Okay, Madhu is telling he's not able to hear. Is it the same case for everyone? Are you not able to hear? Can other please confirm if you can hear me properly? Okay, fine, good. Thank you. So here, see here, this reference underscore animal equals to what? Geo underscore cow. That's it. This much only you'll have to give. That's it. And then a ref underscore animal This is having what method? The method it is having a reference underscore, right? Press, that's it, check the syntax and activate this one, got activated, and just run this one. You can see that cow is eating grass, right? So we are not calling directly the method of cow, we are calling method of animal over here, right? Here, this reference animal we are calling. Similarly, suppose if you want to call the method of dog, simply assign geo underscore dog, right? Geo underscore dog. Run this, and here see dog is eating non-veg. Earlier it was telling that cow is eating grass. So if you put the cow over here, run this, and see here cow is eating grass. So that's the beauty of interface, and that's where we can achieve the polymorphism. Method is same, but it's going to behave differently based upon the assignment, right? So you don't have to write go underscore cow eat, go underscore dog eat, right? So different objects method, no need of getting called, and that's where BADI comes into picture, right? So if you have the different classes, and if you have the single interface, dynamically SAP framework keeps on assigning those class object to the interface, and the interface method is going to get called, right? So your class implementation will keep on calling through the framework, through the BADI framework, through the business ideas framework, right? So BADI is nothing but a interface. BADI is nothing but a interface. So how you can define the BADI over here? BADI, very important. BADI, very important. The full form of BADI is business ideas. Okay, it is oriented concept, object oriented concept. BADI basically provides us the interface, and that interface need to be implemented in the custom class, and the logic, the functionality we write inside the method of the custom class, okay? So, and the functionality we write inside the method of the custom class. But the point over here is that you should have the BADI available, then only you can write, right? So how to search the BADI? Okay, how to search the exact BADI? How to search the exact BADI? We have to follow some certain steps. There are so many ways, but we have some better way, some good way, right? There are many ways to search the BADI, but the important one, the famous one, the easier one, let's discuss. Follow the below steps to search the BADI. I will show you in first practical, and then I will come and write. Okay. So any T code, you take any T code, MM01, MM02, MM03, ME21N, ME22N, any T code, VA01, VA02, you can just go and check if somebody is available for that or not. But for most of the transaction, BADI is available. This is the recommended approach by SAP. This is the most suggested approach over user exit, customer exit, or anything, implicit enhancement or explicit enhancement. BADI is the most recommended approach. You are supposed to go first for searching the BADI, then only go for any other technique if BADI is not available. Now I will go to ME21 or MM01. Okay, let's go to MM01. Here I am willing to search. First, we will define some requirement, right? Custom requirement. Let's select this chemical engineering. Material type is, I don't know. Let's give this one and see if it's working fine. Yeah, it looks like fine. Click on this OK button, and here's some description test, and the base unit of measure is EA. Material group. Here I'm going to give something, and let me see if I can click on this save button. Please enter an old material number. Okay, it's telling to enter some old material number. Enter a valid product hierarchy. Where to give the hierarchy? Product hierarchy. Here it's asking to give some product hierarchy, so I'm just giving. Click on this save, and this time material 38 got created, right? Again I'm going to do, click on this OK button. See here, someone has done this implementation, right? So someone has done some enhancement, and that's why it's coming, right? So this is one, very few number left, M3320. This is a standard message, because it's starting with M3320. M3 is the message ID, 320 is the 320 is the message number. So it looks like not the custom one, it's the standard one. Some problem is there, I don't know what is the problem. The internal number already exists. Okay, let me select something else, KM industry, and finished good, finished product, FEIT. There are so many different. Let's select this one, basic data one, press enter. Test EA, material group is this one. Old material number again we'll have to give. Okay, fine. So this much I have just given. Okay. Product hierarchy also it's asking me to give. I'll give some product hierarchy. And now when I'm clicking on the save button, it's going to get saved. Again, if you want to put some extra validation, so for extra validation, again, you want to, you are looking for some BADI, some extra validation, maybe gross weight or authorization group, or maybe product allocation, right? So for extra validation, you are looking some BADI for MM01 transaction. So how to source the BADI? Okay, how to search the BADI? What you will have to do, that you will have to go to SE24 once again, and there is a class called CL underscore exit underscore handler. This is the name of the class, CL star exit star handler. This one, CL exit handler. Remember this one from interview point of view, it's going to be very important. Okay, ABAPers. For you, it's going to be very important for ABAP or CL exit handler. Remember this CL underscore exit handler. Click on this display, and here you have a method called get instance. Okay, which method? Get instance method. Remember CL exit handler, then remember get instance method. Double click over here. Inside the get instance method, here the line number 14, the method called CL exit handler get class name by interface. Okay, put the breakpoint over here. Okay, put the breakpoint over here. So what I did, I have followed 3 steps. Okay, I did 3 steps over here. I went to CL exit handler class, and then I clicked on get instance method. Once I clicked over here, I went inside this method, and then at line number 14, that's the method CL exit handler get class name by interface, put the breakpoint, right? These 3 steps, first 3 steps, just remember. Here also you put one breakpoint. Here also you just put one breakpoint. I have put over here. Now go to the MM01. Okay. So how to put the breakpoint? Here I have just clicked. Okay. Now go to MM01. and click on this save button. Okay, so you can see that debugger is now triggered, and here you can see that exit name, the class name, right? So this is the actually body name. This is body name. The name which I'm talking over here is the body name, and the body concept which we are discussing over here, the classical body concept. Which body? Classical body. We are discussing about the classical body. There are two types of body: classical body and new body. New body we will discuss later. Focus on the classical body. Focus on the this approach. Okay, classical body. Press F6. Click on this exit name. Here you will be having the name of the body. Okay, copy this one and put in a notepad. Open a notepad and paste it over here. So this is one body which is there when you are clicking on the save button. Okay, this is one body. Again, you press F8, right? You are going to press F8 or click on this button, press F8. If still some more body is there, it will, the control will come over here once again, and that's a different body will come over here. So just press F8. Okay, so I've just pressed. You can see that again the control has come over here. That means another body is also there. So press F6 and see what is the name of the second body. So second body name is body underscore layer. Copy this and paste it over here. Okay, now again press F8. So again the control has come. That means when you are clicking on the save button, the third time the control is coming over here. That means this is the third body. See, EHSS specification check, right? So just paste it this one also and press F8, and now once again it has come, right? Once again it has come. Exit name body screen logic RT. So copy this and paste it in that notepad, right? And press F8 once again. Another body is this one. So we will have to keep on noting down all the body what we are having. Okay, body mat N1, very popular body. This body material N1, very popular one. So press F8. This is once again, and now it has come out. So when you are clicking on the save button, these are the body which you are having available, where you can utilize, which you can utilize in your class. Okay, which you can utilize in your class. And here this body material check, this looks like the relevant one because I want to perform the validation. This body underscore layer is for body layer purpose. This is some different purposes we are having over here, right? This is the very frequently used one, this one and this one, body underscore mat N1 and body underscore material check. You'll have to go through the name and you'll have to understand, you'll have to just guess, and you'll have to go to now the next steps what you will have to follow. I will tell you tomorrow. If you have any question till now, just let me know. Ahmad is having some question. Ahmad, I have unmuted you. Please go ahead.
So this is the only body available in MM01.
No, no,
That's the
no,
total.
no, no,
Okay.
no, no. Only on save functionality. Okay.
Only safe functions. Okay.
Right. Only on save
Okay.
functionality. On create functionality, suppose if you want to check what are the body. So I have already put the breakpoint. Now I'm going to here, this came industry and finished product is there. I'm going to press enter here. I will note it down. What are the bodies there at create functionality? See, body material underscore OD. At the
Okay.
create level, we are having this one. Then again I'm going to press F8 and I will see if the control is coming over there or not. So no control. Basic data one, click on this OK button. Again the control is coming. So after basic data one, again the same body is going to trigger. So that is perfectly fine. I will just keep on noting down what are the body and press F8 once again. The same body, so leave it. This one, body material difference, another body we are having. So this is how we'll have to, identify the body. Okay. So press F8. Yeah, now it has come. So these are the three body. These are the two body, in fact, because one is repeated twice. These are the two body. When you are going to create, it's going to trigger. Okay. So on basic data one, when you have clicked on the save button, those are the body which was there. Body material check, body layer, body this. These are the 6 body. This last and first one is very frequently. We will discuss this one, how to implement this one in tomorrow class. Yeah. Yes, Siva. I'm going to unmute, in fact, everyone. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Just give me a second. Uh, Yeah, now you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Yes, Siva.
Yeah, Pankaj.
Mm.
I need to import data from customer exit to BADI using field symbols instead of import export parameters. Can you please explain that in next class that also?
I didn't understand your question, Siva. Can you try to
Yeah, for
elaborate?
example,
Mhm.
we have data in the customer exit
Okay.
to
Uh-huh.
import to BADI using field symbols.
Using field symbols. So see,
Uh,
using
instead of importing exporting parameter, we can import using field symbols from customer exit to BADI. I saw many examples in the current project and previous project.
no. So see, uh, the directly using the field symbol, you cannot import the data. You must have to use the SAP memory or ABAP memory. Getting my point? So once you are going to use that ABAP memory or SAP memory, and then after you can utilize the field symbol. Directly field symbol will not be used in order to access the data. This is my understanding. Maybe I'm not
No,
getting
yeah,
what you.
no, Pankaj, we can
Uh,
import. You can check in Google how to import parameters in an using field symbols. We can also do.
Okay, so do one thing, Shiva.
Yeah,
You can just send me some reference where you have seen such kind of things. I will just go through that
yeah,
because, as per my understanding, without SAP memory or ABAP memory, we will not be able to exchange the data from from one program to another program using the field symbol. Maybe some another technique might be. I'm not aware of about that. So just
yeah.
share
It
the
is
blog.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will share.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. So anything else, if anyone want to discuss over here, feel free to ask. Whatever we have discussed, if you have any question from this part, feel free to
And
discuss over
I
here.
need some clarification on, for example, once we create MM01, that
Okay.
I need to go change MM02
Mm-hmm.
to find where I need to find changing values and new values, both, and means existing old values and new values, means like X parameters, Y parameters.
Okay. Okay. I got your point.
Yeah,
Yes. That I will show you. Okay. I will show you that one, Siva.
yeah.
Yeah. Fine. Any other question? Thanks, Vikram. Thanks, everyone. Let's wrap up our session for today's. And yeah, anyone else? Yeah, please go ahead.
Is it that through that set parameter ID and then that field name, through that you can capture and forward, right?
No, no, not. We can import using field symbols also. That is different case.
Yeah, so Shiva is
Oh,
telling that using
you
the
can
fields.
capture the.
Yeah, we can capture using field symbols also. I will share to Pankaj. I will next class. He will check that and he may explain that.
Yeah, you just share me that blog. I will just check it out because
Yeah.
I don't know these particular things. How with the help of field symbol, we can exchange the data from one program to another program, right? From
Yeah.
between the program, it's exchanging the data. Am I
Yes.
right,
Yes.
Shiva?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I will check that one. You just share me the blog link. I will check it out and I will let you know. Okay. Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Very good. So by this way, I also learned so many things from you. Thank you, Siva, for asking this question. And if anyone is also willing to discuss something like this or from this, whatever we have discussed, feel free to discuss, or else we will meet tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for attending the session. Bye bye.
Thank you.